Hi guys, Tori with Tori's Fun. How are you? If this is the first time you've ever tuned into my channel, or if this is the first time that you've seen me pop up in your video feed, make sure you stay tuned. You're definitely going to give this a thumbs up and want to subscribe to my channel to follow my battle and my journey. Make sure to check out my playlist to see what all I'm dealing with. Today's topic that we're diving into is compassion for people, compassion from the patient's view, a patient's view of chronically ill, lifelong illness. Now, don't get discouraged. It's not going to be one of those boo-hoo-hoo videos. It's going to be from a patient's view of compassion, what it's like dealing with chronic illness and lifelong illness from a patient's view and what we go through. If you know somebody that suffers with any kind of illness that's chronic, invisible, cancer, I myself have blood cancer, heart issues, COPD, thyroid, autoimmune disorder, rare disorders. That explains my little unicorn of the day. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe, and share it, because even though you can't get use of this, somebody you know that deals with these conditions can. So let's dive on into it. I want to talk about compassion. Yesterday, if you've never watched any of my videos, yesterday I had an appointment to go to a Social Security medical examiner certification, basically where they tell the state whether or not I'm disabled or not. And yeah, this guy was not compassionate at all. I'm a stroke survivor and a heart attack survivor, and I have some brain damage. I have some brain damage because I actually died on and off for 59 minutes last year, March 8th, 2019. And if you don't know anything about the human body can only go 5 minutes without suffering any kind of brain damage, without oxygen. Well, I died on and off for 59 minutes. I definitely have a little bit of brain damage. I want to say a little bit, but let's be real. I'm nowhere where I used to be. And I can't fill out the paperwork. And if you want to know how bad that is, go and check out my meltdown video. Okay? Anyways, I couldn't fill out the paperwork that they needed me to fill out. And this doctor totally snapped on me and said, You mean to tell me you couldn't fill out this little bit of paperwork? You couldn't do this? I'm a secretary. And snapping at his nurse saying, oh, well, I'm using up all my time. And basically made me feel retarded. And I know that's not a PC word to say, but let's be real. He wasn't trying to make me feel mentally challenged. He was trying to make me feel less than what I am. And I'm really fighting back the tears right now. I've been crying all day yesterday, and I cried all morning this morning, and I don't want to cry on this one. And, you know, there was no compassion there, and this wasn't the first time that I've dealt with this with a doctor. Now, from a patient's view, that is a patient's view, because, you know, we don't get a lot of compassion. There's not a lot of... Some doctors give us compassion because they know what we're dealing with. But I want to skip ahead. You know, it's not just doctors that don't give us compassion. You know, a lot of the support groups that I'm in for the conditions that I have, you know, there's a lot of family members that don't give compassion to their spouses, there's not a lot of compassion. One woman doesn't get a lot of compassion for her child that is dealing with cancer, and she doesn't get a lot of compassion, and that's horrible. I mean, a kid that has cancer and she doesn't get compassion. I mean, how awful. Um, Sometimes we see it in the movies about cancer and stuff. Friends say they're going to be there and they end up leaving because they don't understand why we can't do anything and why we can't be any that we can't we're not the same people, and why we're always tired, why we're always canceling plans, why we're always sick to our stomach. um, there's such thing as what they call, and if you're wondering why I'm holding this, I've actually developed a nervous tick, where I'm scratching the back of my head so bad that it's causing me to bleed. So that's also why I'm holding this. But, you know, there's not a lot of compassion in these support groups that I'm seeing from the people that are supposed to be the closest to the people. And, I'm trying to do the AA kind of thing, not name names, not talk about specific cases of what people are actually going through. So I forgot the name, and then whatever. I'm trying to keep them anonymous, so that way nobody knows that I'm actually talking about them without their permission. Because I don't want to be kicked out of these support groups because they do me a lot of good. But it's just some of the stories that I see, and even some of the stuff that I deal with, is just, it's heart wrenching. And from a patient's my side, it's like, you're sick and the people that are closest to you don't understand it. And I get it. I mean, you're not living through it. You don't know. You're dealing with the stress. There's things that you go through. By the way, my next video is going to be from the caregiver's perspective. So if you're a caregiver of somebody that's chronically ill or sick or terminal or anything, I'd love your input on this video. Or if you are chronically ill or terminally ill or whatever, I would love to see your comments, whether you agree with me or what your story is or anything. I would love, love, love to hear comments. So don't be afraid to comment in my comment section. That's how this channel is going to get out there. That's my goal of this channel is, I don't want fluff, and I don't want fake. I mean, fake. I don't want fear, and I don't want fluff, but I want real. And this is something that we all go through, apparently. So I would love to hear from people that are like me, that's going through this, that aren't afraid to step out and say, yeah, I'm going through this too. Or even from the caregivers, this is why, this is what I go through, this is how I feel. I mean, please comment, like, dislike, tell me what you're feeling. I mean, I want to get into discussions. I want to get enough subscribers that I could do lives and we can have a conversation, because, I mean, this is how we all learn from each other. And I'm grown enough, and hopefully all my subscribers are grown enough. We're not all going to have the same opinions, but we should all be mature enough to know that, we're not all going to see eye to eye, but, we are all going through it. So, anyways, this video is about compassion, and, if you know somebody that's sick, and just try and have a little bit more compassion, because, I mean, there's stuff that we go through. We deal with doctors thinking that we're either faking it, that don't understand our illnesses, especially like mine. I got rare diseases that they don't understand, that they're trying to make decisions based on guessing games. You know, my body is doing weird stuff that it ain't never done before. And I'm just asking, you know, have compassion for the people that are sick. I mean, my topics kind of go all around, and I try not to make my videos so long, especially since everybody's just getting to know me, but I mean, I want to know your comments. That's how I know what to talk about. So, this channel is for you as much as it's for me. So, if you're sick, comment below. Tell me what you're going through. Tell your story. Let the world know. If you're a caregiver, please let me know your input and how it affects you. Let's work together to know how we can get compassion from both ends. Because, I mean, we're all in this together. So, I want to do a couple of shout outs for some supporters of mine real quick. If you're still watching the video, I ask you to tune into these channels because these are some supporters that have helped me in my journey. Modin Mom, check out her channel. Jamie Lynn YTC, check out her channel. Beauty with Andy, please check out her channel. And a great channel to check out, Coded 99. He does videos about compassion as well. Their links will be in my comment. Please check out their videos. Join me on Facebook on the weekends to do the lives. And let's make this channel grow, y'all. Check out, don't forget to like, thumbs up, subscribe, and check out my Facebook page. I do my lives over the weekend, so you can talk live Q&A with me. Say bye. Thank you.